Have you seen the viral story going around the internet about a man who was supposedly kidnapped by dolphins? The story has been spreading quickly on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, and many people are confused about whether it actually happened or if it's just another internet myth. According to the viral posts, a man in Florida was discovered on a beach looking exhausted, confused, and completely soaked. When authorities and people nearby asked him what had happened, he reportedly told a bizarre story. He claimed that a group of dolphins had somehow taken him away into the ocean and held him there for several days. The story gets even stranger. The man allegedly told police that during those days underwater, the dolphins forced him to help them design a type of underwater city. According to the rumors, he said the dolphins were intelligent and communicated with him in ways he could not fully explain. He claimed they made him draw shapes and structures in the sand, almost like they were planning something beneath the ocean. As you can imagine, this strange story quickly spread across social media. People began sharing it everywhere, adding dramatic music, creepy images, and sensational captions. Some viewers believed it completely, while others immediately suspected something was wrong with the story. When journalists and fact-checkers began investigating the claim, they looked into the supposed police report and the officers mentioned in the viral posts. That's when the truth started to come out. Authorities in Florida confirmed that there was no official report about a man being kidnapped by dolphins. The police department mentioned in the story said they had no record of such an incident, and the officer whose name was used in the post was not a real officer. In fact, the entire story was traced back to a social media page known for posting satire and fictional news designed to entertain or shock readers. In other words, the entire dolphin kidnapping story said they had no record of such an incident, and the officer whose name was used in the post was not a real officer. In fact, the entire story was traced back to a social media page known for posting satire and fictional news designed to entertain or shock readers. In other words, the entire dolphin kidnapping story was made up. It was never a real event. Someone created the story as a piece of internet satire, but once it began spreading on social media, many people started sharing it as if it were real news. This shows how quickly misinformation can travel. A strange or shocking headline can easily grab people's attention, and before anyone verifies the facts, thousands or even millions of people have already seen it and passed it along. It also shows why it's important to check reliable sources before believing or sharing unusual stories. While dolphins are known to be very intelligent animals, there is absolutely no evidence that dolphins have ever kidnapped a human or attempted to build an underwater civilization. So the next time you see a shocking story online, especially one that sounds almost impossible, it's always a good idea to pause for a moment and check whether it's actually true. The viral man kidnapped by dolphins story is just another example of how the internet can turn fiction into something that looks like real news.